Hello there, fellow discoverers. In today's edition, we will be taking a look at snakes. More specifically, we'll be taking a look at the evolution of snakes. Now, spoilers, I love snakes. As a matter of fact, the first pet I got that was 100% mine, and not a family pet or a pet that your mum gets you and then has to take care of because you forget, was a snake. Meet Barry the hognose snake. Now Barry, and all the other snakes in the world, are one of the most successful reptiles, having over 4,000 distinct species, being found in every continent except Antarctica, from the deep jungles with the emerald tree boa, to desert plains with the sidewinder rattlesnake, to even the oceans with sea kraits. There is even a species of snake found up in the Himalayan mountain range, the Himalayan pit viper. Despite all this success, snakes have been a mystery for us for most of our coexistence. They are incredibly secretive and aloof, keeping out of sight and for the most part away from humans. It is only recently we have been able to piece together more information about these creatures, as well as gaining some more insight into their history. Before we look at the evolution of snakes, let's first see what makes a snake, well, a snake. I'm sure when you hear the word snake, you instantly think of a legless, scaly reptile slithering around the underbrush. As a quick test, out of these animals, can you tell which ones are actually snakes? They all may look similar, but only these few are actually snakes. Clearly, being legless is not a trait distinct to snakes. There are multiple different species out there that have evolved to have no legs. This is a classic case of something called convergent evolution. So that being said, what makes a snake a snake? Well, there are a few common traits found among every snake. First, let's take a look at a snake's head. There are no external ear openings, no eyelids as we know, instead a clear scale called a brill, and a famous forked tongue which helps them navigate the world. You may have heard that snakes can dislocate their jaws. Whilst this isn't true, snakes do have unfused mandibles, which allow them, with their elastic stretchy skin, to swallow prey much larger than themselves. If we look at the body of a snake, whilst it may look like one long tail, what we actually see is a long body with a relatively short tail and no sternum. These are the traits that make a snake a snake. Some animals may have some of these traits, but it's only snake species that have all of them. So now we know what makes a snake a snake. Let's take a look at where snakes actually come from. Well, long story short, we don't really know. So that's all for this video. Joking aside, it is true that we don't know where snakes come from, but we have a few theories. The problem is the fact that snakes have highly fragile bones, which don't fossilise well. We actually don't know if snakes lost their legs once or multiple times throughout their evolutionary history. There are currently two leading theories, which we will take a look at. One, that snakes evolved from marine reptiles. This theory postulates that snakes lost their legs and developed their unique traits, such as no external ear openings, to help move around in an aquatic environment. This theory also suggests that snakes are closely related to mosasaurs, evolving from a common ancestor. The other theory is that snakes evolved on land from burrowing lizards, losing their legs and becoming long and slender to help facilitate burrowing into the ground to look for food. Both of these theories are backed up by the earliest fossil records of snakes. Whilst we may not know for certain where snakes come from, there are a few key species of snakes discovered that help us narrow it down. The earliest confirmed snake fossils date back to the late Cretaceous period, around 90 to 114 million years ago. On land, the dinosaurs were at their peak. Giant titanosaurs roamed the land, and some of the largest land predators ever walked the earth. The likes of Spinosaurus and Gigantanotosaurus. Amongst these giants, a much smaller animal was burrowing in the underbrush. Najash, the earliest land snake discovered in Patagonia. This snake had very primitive features. Whilst they had no front limbs, they still retained very well developed hind limbs. These back legs were most likely used to assist in locomotion. Najash was not able to consume large prey, but jaws were not capable of unilateral movements, like the jaws of modern snakes. Moving forward to 80 million years ago, only 10 million years on from Najash, a snake that very much resembled modern snakes was roaming the land. Dinilycia, found again in Patagonia. This animal is the first recorded snake that is completely limbless, having no sternum or pelvic girdle, a trait that is still seen in modern snakes. Not only did Dinilycia have no legs, its jaw is very flexible, allowing them to consume much larger prey items, again similar to modern snakes. Deinonychia is one of the key fossils used as evidence for snakes evolving on land from burrowing lizards. Just like modern day, it was not just the land that snakes inhabited back when dinosaurs ruled the world. Snakes also inhabited the oceanic world. Back in the Cretaceous period, the oceans were home to terrifying marine reptiles, such as the mosasaurs or pliosaurs. Swimming amongst these reptiles were some incredibly early snake species. Pachyrhynchus, found in the central West Bank, lived in these Cretaceous oceans. Pachyrhynchus had tiny hind limbs, even having hip and knee and ankle joints. These primitive features are what led some researchers to believe that snakes developed in the ocean before coming onto land, with Pachyrhynchus being a prime example of a primitive snake transitioning from a marine lizard to a snake. Alongside Pachyrhynchus lived Eupodopus. Discovered in Lebanon, it was another marine snake with hind limbs, often cited as another transitional species between marine lizards and snakes. Throwing a curveball into this marine origin theory was the oldest recorded marine snake fossil, Haseophis, a close relative to the previously mentioned Pachyrhynchus. Also found in the central West Bank, it dates back to around 112 to 94 million years ago. While still possessing hind limbs, Haseophis had an incredibly advanced skull, being able to unhinge their jaws just like modern snakes. These advanced skulls differ greatly from the marine reptiles these snakes supposedly evolved from. Even now, researchers cannot say one way or another if snakes come from land lizards or marine reptiles, or if they lost or regained their limbs multiple times throughout their evolutionary history. Whilst we don't know 100% where snakes came from, it is clear that after the mass extinction which wiped out all the non-avian dinosaurs, snake populations and their diversity increased. This was to fill the environmental niches left behind from the extinct dinosaurs. During the middle of the Paleocene, around 66 to 56 million years ago, a snake emerged larger than any before or since, Titanoboa. This giant snake grew to lengths of 12 to 15 meters long and weighed a whopping 730 to 1,135 kilograms. It is believed to have hunted similar to modern-day anacondas, constricting its prey before swallowing them whole. And it wasn't just on land where snakes grew to enormous size. A snake family called Paleophis could grow up to 12 meters long. These snakes were marine animals, living in the sea throughout the world, being found in England, France, to Morocco and Mali. Whilst truly giant snakes have been long extinct, there are still some snakes around which are monstrous in size. The reticulated python can routinely reach lengths of over 6 meters long, with the longest ever discovered being a whopping 10 meters long, whilst the heaviest snake in the world is the green anaconda, reaching a bone-crushing 227 kilograms. Snakes have continued to increase in their population and their diversity, filling almost every possible environmental niche across the world. There are almost no environments snakes haven't mastered. Whether it's high in the trees, like the brown tree snake, able to climb virtually any tree with ease, or in the ocean like the sea kraits. There is even a species of flying snake, which is granted more like gliding and falling with style. But just imagine looking up and seeing a snake gliding through the air above your head. Even the way snakes kill their prey is diverse, from constricting to using venom to even target specific venom to hunt down their prey. Snakes have evolved to be one of the most successful reptiles ever. And that, ladies and gentlemen, brings an end to snake evolution, or the end so far. From simple burrowing and marine reptiles with back legs, to the legless wonders that we see everywhere today. I hope this video has helped shine a light on one of the more mysterious animals that we know. Remember to always keep discovering. Until next time, goodbye.